In this tutorial, I'm going to bring to life a still image using the puppet tool animation tools in After Effects. The videos will be broken up into a few parts where I'll be getting the assets together, visual and audio, and then finally animating the piece all together. This is what we're aiming for. I'll just play this loop. It's a 10-second loop in 1080p. Alright, so I'll start with a still image and manage to create that little character out of the still image. Let's go ahead and get that together. It's going to take a little bit of work in Photoshop and Audition to get those assets together. I'll just hide After Effects. We'll come back to After Effects, and I'm going to go over to Unsplash and locate that lizard. I think he comes up in the first, this one here. Alright, I'm going to use that lizard by Liam Edwards. And we're going to need to do a little bit of editing in Photoshop to start with. Firstly, the image is too big for our purposes, so I'm going to make a new composition to work in. It's going to be a HD TV sized image, which is HD broadcast size. And click OK. You'll see that we've got some title and action safe guides built into that preset, which is handy. And I'll just drag over our lizard and we'll scale him. Just kind of fit in that size there, in that aspect ratio. Something like that, I reckon. First thing we're going to need to do, well, this is not the first thing, is it? But we're going to need to cut him out, and I'm going to use the quick selection tool to do that. And this is going to take a little bit of time, and I know you guys know how to do this. So I might pause and come back with a selected lizard. So I've made that selection, and I'm going to make a couple of different layers here. One with a layer mask on it, and then one that we'll use as a background. And I'm going to attempt to, oops, we don't want that. I'm going to attempt to remove the lizard from the background, which is going to take a little bit of sort of fussing around using clone tools, etc. I'm going to do it very roughly. You can spend a bit of time doing this, but we might have to just kind of quickly do our best with this. Get a kind of general sense of background jungle out of focus. Yeah, and that's looking pretty rough, but once we get our lizard back in front there, it mightn't be too bad. Oh yeah, it's alright. I think just try and fix up this bit here. Right, that is going to do us. I'm sure you guys will manage to get a much better result. Does take a bit of trial and error. Alright, a couple of other things that we can do. I want to get a little bit of a blink happening when we animate our lizard. So I'm going to separate the eyeball from his eye. So I'm going to make a copy of the eye. So this is going to be my eye. And we'll paint out his eye using a brush. Get black. Can just paint that eye out. Something like that. And we'll pop the eye in the background. That'll allow us to move that eyeball around. I'm not even going to worry about manipulating it at all. I think some of those wrinkles and stuff under there kind of look fine. I want him to blink, so I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to clone some stuff, clone some of his scales over his eye, current and below. I'm going to just draw like a lid through here, like so, and I reckon that'll do when you get just 1 second of lid. Alright, so we've got our assets ready to go. Of course we could spend much more time on these. I'm going to add all of these elements, the lid, the lizard itself and his eye, into a group. So I'm going to group and call that lizard. So when we import this into After Effects, that group is going to actually be a composition nested inside the composition that we save here. So let's save our file, a PSD file, just to the desktop. Excellent, so our assets are ready to go into After Effects. Let's go over to After Effects, we'll import them into the space, we'll create a new document, a new project, and we'll import our lizard. Composition retaining the layer styles. Composition retaining layer styles. And then we'll have a look inside that lizard composition. We can see that we've got our lizard inside our lizard. Maybe I should have named them a little bit differently, but we've got a composition inside a composition. So we can see here that our lizard with our eyes, and everything sits inside the nested composition there, or the parent composition. So let's animate the eyeball. So double clicked on that composition, we can go inside it. Now the lid, can't see the lid at the moment. I really just want that lid to be active for a couple of frames. So something like that, so it's just a little flick. Turn off the full screen. Maybe just one more frame. Yep, I think that'll be convincing. And we can move around his eyeball in the background just by animating the position. So I figure like a lizard in the jungle's kind of going to have a fair few kind of predators around. So he's going to need to be kind of looking backwards and forwards quite often. Just checking on what's behind him. So some very quick eyeball movements, I think. So something like that. And then maybe look back the other way, copy those keyframes, pasting those keyframes, and then I will time reverse them. Probably could even be a little bit quicker than that. Great, and I'll duplicate the lid and we'll get another blink happening. So go back out into our main composition. I might rename that main just so that we know where we're navigating. So we've got our lizard inside our main composition, and now you can see that his little eyeball moves and he has a little blink, which is kind of cute. Excellent. So I might just pause for a sec and we will go and grab some audio to bring our bring a bit of atmosphere to our jungle. We'll need to edit those assets in Audition or something similar.